that work? I just made you host. Can you record? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's just get going here because I don't know what the heck's going on. Anyways, you guys, I'm so excited for tonight. I want to first congratulate all of you guys for being on this Zoom tonight. You guys made it into the 400s Club, which is such an amazing accomplishment for you guys to do that. So I want you guys to give yourself like a huge round of applause right now for making it onto the Zoom. Like, this is freaking awesome. You're going to hear from 8 freaking amazing women on here that, you know, have just had such amazing success in this business. So like, really give yourself a huge pat on the back for being on the Zoom tonight. And I'm just really pumped to share with you all the amazingness that we have planned for you tonight. So my name is Jennifer Swavely. I'm a triple diamond. This is my 5th year in the business, which I'm so excited about. And, you know, I started this business because I was broke. I was a hairstylist working 50 to 60 hours per week. I was always broke. I could never seem to get ahead. And I was just struggling really bad. And so I saw my friends starting to be successful with this business, and I just decided to go all in. But first, a side note, I signed up and I did nothing with my business for the first 4 months. I let fear, doubt, what other people would think of me hold me back from really pursuing my dreams of becoming successful with this business and changing my life. And I just got to the point, I remember the day, it was January 27th. I just decided, I made the decision to go all in with this business. And it changed everything. I decided that I was going to stop being so afraid of trying new things. I was going to stop being afraid of posting. I was going to stop being afraid of what other people thought of me. And I just went all in, you guys. And within 6 months of this business, I paid for my entire wedding in cash. I moved out of this tiny studio that I was living in into a bigger home. We went on our first vacation to Cabo together, and we started paying off debt. And along with that, I was able to cut back my hours from, 50 hours a week to only like 20 to 25 hours per week, you guys. So literally what you have your hands on and the timing of everything that's going down right now and everything that was just announced at conference, this is your time to run. And what stuck with me so hard at conference was Mark's speech, where he just said, like, you have the permission, you have the green light to go all in and run with this business. You have the permission to leave behind all of the fears, doubts, everything that's holding you back from your past. You have the green light to let go of all of those things holding you back and give this business your all right now. You can change your life in such a short period of time if you just make that decision and just go all in with this business. So I am freaking pumped up tonight. I'm not going to take up any more of your time because I want to hear from more of these amazing ladies. And I believe Amanda is first up right now. Amanda, I freaking love this girl. She walked the stage as a presidential diamond in the top 150 and a top distributor, recruiter, just and top enroller in general. So, dude, Amanda, take it away. I'd love for everybody to hear your story and just your top tip tonight.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be on here with you guys, and I can't wait to share with you guys some goodness that has helped me get to where I am. So my name is Amanda Buscher, and I just recently had my 5-year anniversary in this business. I started this business, you guys, working full-time. Our son at the time was 2. We have 2 boys now. And I am not the most outgoing person. I would say I'm kind of kept to myself, not a salesperson. So when I got introduced to this business, I was like, oh my gosh, I have no idea where to even start. But when we say get to events, it is so important because I will say, I had the mindset of joining this business of making $200 extra a month, just praying. I'm like, if I could make that, I would be on top of the world. And I got into this business, and I went to my very first event in my first week or so, and I caught the vision because I saw people who were just like me, and I saw that they were coming home to their babies. They were paying off debt. They were making thousands upon thousands of dollars, like, you know, just crazy amount of money. And I was like, why am I settling? Why am I selling myself short for only wanting $200? Like, my dream would be to stay at home because I really struggled with going to work and leaving my son. And so anyways, I just caught on. And so we say copy the right cats, right? It's okay to be a copycat. Copy those right cats. Copy those people who are showing up, doing it, proving that they're doing it because what they're doing is working. And so you copy them. And so that's what I did. I mimicked everything what these successful people were doing. And within about 4.5 months, I was making more with this business than I was dental hygiene. So I went down 1 day a week until I had our second son, which was about a year into this business. So I could have retired, but I waited because I loved my office, and I went down 1 day a week. But after I had our second son, I didn't go back. So I retired. And so I've been retired now for 4 years. And this business is just such a blessing, you guys. And I will say that mindset is, and I know some people are going to talk about this in just a little bit, but mindset is 100% everything. Last year at conference, I was a triple. And I was down on the floor with VIP. And I remember telling myself, I said, I am going to be up on that stage next year. And I remember telling myself, and I remember telling our team, like, we are going to be in the top 150 next year. And sure enough, you guys, this year I talked on a panel. I was up on the stage actually 5 different times. And we're top 33. And so, you know, when I say, like, you speak into yourself, like you tell yourself that you're going to do it, you will do it. When you are so strong in what you believe, nothing will stop you. Nothing will get into your way. And I know people are going to talk about mindset, so I don't want to get into that too much, but I will say that mindset is 100% what got me here. And I have been in this business for 5 years. And just a little bit of background about how I work and all that kind of stuff. I've always been a huge enroller, a top enroller. My enrollments are huge, like way higher than ever before because of host to post and all that kind of stuff. But I will say the one thing that shifted in my business that took me from where I was at, just settled, just kind of in that limbo as a triple. The one thing that took me over was saying, okay, I'm ready for more. My mindset just completely changed. And I'm gonna tell you guys my little secret of how it happened. But once that happened, my enrollments went up. So my consistency was always there, but my enrollments went up because my mindset went up. My self-development went up. And as soon as that shifted, my business just took off. And so it's just amazing. Like, our team is just incredible, unstoppable. And we just said, okay, God, bring us people who also want this, need this. And that is exactly what happened. So my biggest tip, you guys, is I want to share with you guys what literally transformed my business. And it was my morning. And I know it may sound cliche and you may have heard this before, but I will say it is 100% what changed my business. So I don't know if you guys have read the book Miracle Morning. It is this book. I recommend getting just the original version. And I've read this several times, and I'll continue to read it because sometimes I'll fall off that bandwagon. Like, if we get off schedule or whatever, I'll get back on it and read it. And it's amazing. So the power behind it, the meaning behind it, you guys, is that you wake up. The minute you wake up, in your first couple of minutes of you waking up is how you're starting your day. So if you wake up and your kids come in there, they want to eat, they're tired, they're whining, they, are crying. You wake up to hecticness, right? Like, we love our kids, but let's just face it, like, we don't want to wake up to whining kids. Like, and sometimes that just happens. And so you wake up with hecticness. You wake up with, like, what's going on? Like, I just had an awesome dream. Now I'm like living in this crazy, house of whining kids. And so it literally, that is how your day is going to go. It's going to go hectic. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. And then you're going to be exhausted. And so the whole point of this is you wake up to yourself. So if you have children, and even if you don't have children, if you have dogs, if you have, person laying next to you in that bed, wake up before them. That is so key. I give myself a whole hour before my kids wake up. And so I want to wake up with myself. I want to wake up in peace and quiet. I want to wake up where I can control how my day is going to go. And so the minute we wake up is how we start our day. And so we want our day to be productive. We want it to be, going smooth and our mindset right. So this is going to help get your mindset right, just your body, your soul, everything aligned. So there's 6 things that this book recommends. And I can talk about this all day long because literally it is what transformed my business. One of the things is you wake up, and I'm just going to go through these really quick, and then I'll kind of go over the reasons why this works so well. But you wake up and you just kind of stretch and you kind of get your heart rate up a little bit. So I might wake up and then I might stretch, do a little bit of yoga. I might, for 10 minutes or so, I might do some push-ups really quick, or just to get your heart rate up, because the minute you do that, the minute you're wide awake. And I will tell you guys, we don't need 8 hours of sleep. I know that there's studies done and all that kind of stuff done, but we don't need 8 hours of sleep. It is 100% mindset. So I'm a night owl because that's when I work. So I stay up till 11:30, around 11:30 or so, and I wake up at 5 every morning. And sometimes I'm completely exhausted, but that's because I've let my mind tell myself okay, you're going to be tired. I need to go to bed. I'll wake up tired. So it's all in your mindset. If you tell yourself, tonight I'm going to wake up with full energy. I'm going to burst out of, my sheets, and I'm going to be awake. I'm going to be alive. I cannot wait to start my day. You are going to wake up that way. And so wake up, stretch, get your heart rate up. The second thing, you guys, is I journal. So I've never been big into writing. And when I was reading this book, I actually cringed, and I was like, journaling, writing, ugh. I'm not a writer, I'm not a journal, and so, or a journaling person, but I will say it is my favorite part of my morning routine because it lets whatever I have in my mind, I just let it out. And so it's amazing, but I love the Dream Life Journal. You can get it off of Amazon. It's from our Black Diamond, Denise Walsh. And what I love about it is it's just a system. So it's just easy, and it lets you really get deep into your thoughts and all that kind of stuff. But there's little quotes, and it's amazing. The third thing is visualization, you guys. So I will look at my dream board every single day. I will close my eyes, and our team is going ambassador. So I will close my eyes, and I literally picture myself putting in my last orders. I picture myself updating the system. I picture myself talking to my team, and then I picture myself my computer. I'm sitting in my kitchen on my table in my computer. I refreshed it, and it pops up and says ambassador. I visualize that to a T, and I know that when I go ambassador, that's exactly how it's gonna go. The fourth thing, you guys, is I read and I listen. So it can be anything. Sometimes I'll even just throw on The Secret while I'm getting ready really quick for 10 minutes while my kids are still sleeping. I try to get everything done while my kids are still sleeping. The fifth thing is I meditate, and I just do this, again, you can do it however long you want. I do it for 10 minutes. And then the sixth thing is daily affirmations. So I have my affirmations everywhere. I have them on my mirror. I have them, if you walk through my office right now, you'll see them on my door. I write them down every single day. I tell my kids my affirmations every day. They tell me their affirmations every day. Affirmations are so huge. Doing this, you guys, doing these 6 things every single day, it will literally make it so that your day is literally the best day ever. And obviously we're human and life happens and all that kind of stuff, but this makes it where when we do cross adversity, when we do cross things that are thrown at us, when we have those big boulders thrown at us, we can handle those a little bit better. We are less stressed, and it just helps us so much. So this creates more energy. It creates structure in our day. It empowers us because we feel wow, I just woke up and I just accomplished so much. I feel so good, and I'm ready to take on the day. I am ready to help people get on this team. I am ready to coach. I am ready to do this. I am ready to be a present mom and wife. Like, it just helps in all areas of life, you guys. It gains clarity because, again, you're waking up and you're getting your mind and your body so aligned, and you're not waking up to chaos. You're not waking up to, oh my gosh, I'm late for work, or I just, I woke up late, and like scrambling around. Like, you're waking up to, getting your mind and body right. It improves your health. It increases productivity. Okay. And that is huge because I will 100% say this was what shifted my business. It keeps you laser focused. Again, 100% true, because you are waking up, you're visualizing, you're writing in your journal, you are writing about your goals, your wants, your desires every single morning. And so it's 100% true. It increases gratitude. And again, when you are writing that stuff down, when you are saying every day what you're grateful for, you are going to be you're going to be grateful for more and more. And God is going to say, hey, you are so grateful for this. I'm going to gift you even more things to be grateful for. You worry less because you're less stressed, and it increases your wealth. So that is my biggest tip, you guys. Again, it's called Miracle Morning. You guys have probably read it or heard about it. But it literally is. My steps did not change with my consistency in this business. The one thing that changed was my mindset in doing this routine, watching The Secret every single day. Like, not the whole thing, but I would watch bits and pieces. When I'm taking a shower, getting ready, The Secret was always on. So those, I just think that it's just such a powerful way to start your day.
Oh my gosh, Amanda, I freaking love that. And I can tell you guys, day and night difference from the days that I wake up early and do this Miracle Morning routine compared to the days that I don't. The days that I do, I'm more productive. I'm positive the whole day. No matter what gets thrown my way, I can handle it. I don't get pulled off track because I know exactly what I'm doing that day, and I have a positive outlook towards everything that's happening. The days where I wake up, where Amanda was talking, where it's just chaotic right off the bat, I'm scatterbrained, things don't get done. I get to the end of the day and I'm like, where did the day go? I don't even know where the day went. So if you're having that, if you feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster with this business sometimes, or you get to the end of each of your day and you're like, what the heck? I didn't even do anything today to be productive. Get the Miracle Morning and try it. I guarantee it's going to be a day and a night, like a total game changer for you.
Yeah. And you have to give yourself some grace too. Just one more thing, because it's going to be hard at first. Like, if you're used to getting that hour extra sleep and you're waking up an hour early, it's going to be hard. But I promise you, give it an entire week and you'll be set. And it's just getting your body and your mind used to it. So just stick with it and be consistent. I promise you, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that changed my business. And it really will.
So true. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome, Ben.
Yeah. So next up is Megan. Megan, where are you at, girl? I'm so excited to hear from this Presidential Diamond. She's freaking amazing. And you get to hear from her story and one of her top tips too.
Hey guys. Yeah, I'm on. I'm the one that looks like they have the flu.
Do you guys see her? I can't unmute because I'm still frozen apparently.
I can see me.
She on? If she's not on, let's jump on to the next person. Courtney.
She's on. She's on.
She's on?
Yep, I'm on.
She's good. I can see her and hear.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
All right. Well, go right ahead, Megan, because I can't hear you. I'm so sorry, you guys.
That's okay. I was like, okay, I guess you can't hear me. I'm Megan Hazen. I'm Megan Benson to some people. It's truth be told, I got married 6 years ago and I never changed my last name. So some people call me Megan Hazen and some people call me Megan Benson. So I just include all the names. So I'm from upstate New York. I joined 6 years ago. I'm a Presidential Diamond. I never imagined this business would be something that could replace income, that could, just bless our family so much. I got in for $500 because I was like, I have kind of a shopping problem, and I feel like I just got married and my husband just might not be into my shopping problem. So I was like, if I could just make $500, that would be amazing, but it's never going to happen, right? Because you can't make $500 in a pyramid scheme. Like, that was definitely like what I was thinking when I first started. But honestly, okay, so I'm super green. Like, I'm actually like, sometimes I annoy myself I'm so green because I'm always like looking at numbers and things, and I'm annoying. I just trust me. So I actually, one of the first things I did when I got into the business was I looked at our comp plan. Now we have a new comp plan, but I looked at the old comp plan. And I sat down and I was like, man, I think you could really make some decent money in this business, right? So I was like, you know what? I may have done a pyramid scheme, but I'm just going with it. But here's the thing. I feel like there's got to be more people on here who are like so insecure, right? When they first started, like, there's so many other people that are like, oh my God, I just joined a pyramid scheme, right? But really, when you think that, that's just ignorance, right? So, sorry, my kid's talking in the background. So I feel like that was one of the first things that I did was kind of like, well, what is a pyramid scheme? Like, I totally changed my perspective on it, right? Looked at the comp plan and I was like, I think you could really make some money in this. I said, I don't know, but I'm going for it. So it turns out you can make a lot of money in this business. At conference this past weekend, I was inducted into the Millionaires Club. So, it's pretty surreal. It's pretty crazy. I went diamond in about 10 weeks. When I first started, I went double in, like 13, 14 weeks. And I was making over triple diamond income from my 5th or 6th month on. So really, like, this business blessed me from the beginning, but like, we put, like, the team, myself, we put in some serious hard work. And it kind of goes into one of my tips for you guys. I feel like so many people, like, just like a lot of other successful people in the business, people are, just kind of fill our inbox with, what's your tip? What's your secret? Like, what are you doing? Because I want to do everything that you're doing because I must not be doing it, right? And honestly, I sit back sometimes and I'm like this weekend when I was on stage for Millionaires Club, Cammie told me I originally had to talk about my business tip. And I was talking to some of my team and I was like, I feel like this is such a tricky question for me because I feel like I don't have anything like super like interesting or super like secret, right? Like, I just feel like there's just the core things that you hear every day. And maybe they seem like cliche, maybe they seem just like, those are the basics, but the basics matter in this business. I'm here to tell you, if you do the basics over and over and over again, and you do the things that you just think are so simple that they just can't be the reason why people are successful, you are going to be successful, because that's literally all I've done. The only thing that I think that I do that maybe others don't, or not everybody does, is I am extremely green. So like, I'm in eSuite all the time. I'm looking at numbers and I'm really organized with like my customers and stuff, which I'll talk about that in a second. But my tips that I was going to say, then they were like, oh, joke's on you, Megan. You're actually going to answer a different question while you're up there. But anyway, my tips though, I was like, I just feel like I don't have any. So my greatest tip to everybody who wants to be successful is you have to show up every day. You have to work your business every day, multiple times a day. And I feel like when you hear that, you may like put a wall up and you're like, oh yeah, well, I do that. Well, do you really do that? Because the easiest thing not to do in this business is to show up, right? The easiest thing to do is to say like, I'm too busy today. Like, I've got too much to do. Like, I just can't make a post, right? Like, yes, you can. Everybody goes to the bathroom. You can definitely make a post, right? So like, my biggest, that's like the basics. If you do the basics every day, if you're consistent on social media, I tell my team, if you're going to work a social media business, meaning, I mean, some people choose to like, be more like belly to belly, parties, events, stuff like that, which I did a lot of events and parties when I first started. I don't really do that anymore. I do mostly focus on social media. But if you're going to run a social media business, you have to be social. You have to be social on social media. You can't just post a couple times a week and expect to get the interest that maybe someone else is getting, right? So show up every day. Make a routine that works for you. Don't be afraid of alarms. If you find yourself at the end of every day being like, crap, I only posted like once and it wasn't really that, that didn't really get any engagement. If you're kind of falling short of your 6 lists at the end of every day, don't be afraid to set alarms on your phone. Don't be afraid to do the basics, to do the things that will get you on track to being more consistent and more social on social media, because consistency and showing up go hand in hand. One thing that I stress to my new people is the very first time that you post on social media, you're so excited, right? Because your sponsor has coached you through that welcome post, right? So they're like, I'm so excited. I just joined this. This is going to save my life, or, change my life, et cetera, et cetera. And then you don't post for a week. That's a really good way for people to instantly just know that you just didn't mean what you said, right? So consistency is huge. If you're posting things on social media that are full of excitement, that are just like, hey, look what this business is doing for this person, or look what this business is doing for me, you have to like continue to remind people that this is legit. Because I think I think that maybe it was even like at a training or a conference or something that they gave the statistic that sometimes people need to see things 10 times before they make an action on it, right? So when you think about that, if you're only posting once or twice a week, 3 times a week, I mean, and maybe once was about the coffee, you might have to post for 10 weeks before someone buys it from you, right? If that's your schedule. So showing up every day, being consistent. If you're working a social media business, you got to be social, right? You got to learn the things on social media that work. If you're doing all the things, nobody's liking your stuff, you're not doing anything wrong. It's probably a Facebook thing, right? Like there's so many like things about the algorithm. I know nothing about the algorithm. I just do what everybody else tells me I need to do. But just change it up. Don't be afraid to change it up. Don't be afraid to stretch your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to see what other people are doing. And maybe your instant reaction is, oh, I'm not doing that, right? Like, that's not me. Well, you don't need to do things that aren't you, but maybe just open up your mind to be a little bit different on social media to get better reception from your people, your followers, and the people who are, that are interested in following you, right? And seeing what you're doing. The third tip that I have for you guys is share your journey. The most successful path you will have in this business is when you put your journey out there for people to follow. That could be the business and how the business and the income is going to change your life, or how it is like, like showing them your milestones, showing them, and here's something that sometimes people forget. When you tell your social media following that you just paid for a tank of gas or your $50 grocery bill, that's actually so much more relatable than someone else posting that, they just bought a car in cash. Buying a car in cash is amazing, right? But a lot of people who haven't joined the business yet, they're not at the level of understanding that, right? They're already doubting that they could ever do something that huge. Because I know I was when I started. I actually used to tell people that the average income charts were like made up. Like I was like, nobody can make $10,000 a month, like 36,000. Like, what are these people? Like, what are they even talking about, right? Because I never could imagine that was even something possible, right? So what if you go and so like sometimes when I talk to people are like, well, I just feel like I'm not making enough, so I can't put it out there. You are making enough. You are going to relate to somebody who is going to join your team, and they are going to change everything for you and for themselves, right? So when you pay for that gas, you share it, right? When you go to the grocery store and you're able to get $100 rather than $50 worth of groceries, share it, right? When you can pay an extra $50 on a credit card bill, you share it, right? You do all those things because the little things are actually way more relatable to the people who are not in your business yet. Because that's how, I don't know about I'm assuming that some of the other VIPs feel the same way. Because I know for me, that was relatable when I started. The bigger things started to be, a little bit more relatable as I was making more money and could see myself like, doing bigger things with this business. But at the beginning, that is what attracted to me, right? That is what made me think like, wow, this really does have an impact. So share your journey. If it's, on the opposite side of the business, it's the products, right? You don't have to be on a weight loss journey. Just get on a wellness journey of some sort. Maybe you want more energy. Maybe you want to feel just better about yourself, right? Like we have so many products. Get on a wellness journey of some sort. It could be the wraps, right? Like it could be the wraps. Like you just want to like tighten and tone some skin, and you're going to share your journey with that. Share your health, your wellness journey along with sharing the business journey, because that is what is going to give you instant credibility with your people that are following you and watching you. And as you build credibility, then you're gonna start building relatability. So then they're gonna start looking at your story and being like, I think I can do this too, right? So just take them on your journey. And I feel like that's like the biggest transformation that you can make on social media, when you go from like just posting like super sales stuff to super personal stuff. And that's how you make that transition, is to just apply it to whatever you are doing. So I'm trying to talk really fast. But my last one is so for the greens out there, I am really organized when it comes to, I think the most important thing for me in building my business is I would rather spend a lot extra time retaining the business that I do have and building upon it than having to rebuild that volume every 3 months because my customers are falling off, right? So for me, I bought the It Works planner. It's the best planner that I have owned, to be honest with you. It's a really great planner. I think it has a lot to do with the size of it. It's really big. I keep track of everything in that planner. In full disclosure, I lost my planner in St. Pete Airport this weekend, and I almost cried about it. But anyway, good thing we just started the year. But anyway, I overnighted another one. So anyway, if you talk to a customer, you write them down somewhere, right? The easiest way to lose sight of potentials is you close that messenger box, right? Like how many people have just thought, oh my God, I've not talked to that person. Like, how did I forget about them? Because I was so excited about it when I talked to them. Especially during the momentum we're in right now, you're not going to be able to remember everything. So write it down, because it doesn't take you any extra time. When I have a customer join, they go in my planner. They go on the day that they joined. I put their ID number in with it just because I hate looking up ID numbers. And then I keep track of volume every day. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically I keep track of everything that comes in from my personal volume. I mean, a lot of us move customers. I keep track of all that too, because I don't want them to get lost kind of in the mix of things, right? So those are kind of like my takeaways when it comes to like, what have I done in the past 6 years? I'm just a normal person. I'm no different than anybody. I just maybe do those. I just really think that I'm really good at doing the basics. I do the basics all day long, every day, and I never take a day off from the basics. Now, I'm not saying I don't take a day off because I've got things to do with my family, but I can make a post every day, right? I can check my planner every day. So just make sure that you know what your basics are. You know what works for you. And like Amanda starts her mornings with the 6 things, let that stretch into your day of what maybe your 6 basics are, or your 4 basics are that you do all day long, or not all day long, but every day, right? Post on social, so you're showing up, you're being consistent, you're checking your planner, and you're making sure to tune them to where you are in your journey. And that could just be selfies with taking products, right? So that's basically all I got. I try to talk fast, but apparently Amanda and I are just not good at this game.
Oh my gosh, so good. Those tips were so awesome. And I'm back. I restarted my computer, so.
Hey girl. I see you now. I see you.
Okay, good. Awesome. Oh my gosh, those tips were so amazing. I feel like consistency is such a huge thing. And I love how you said to share your journey, your fitness and your wealth journey, because that's so important. I remember when I first started this business, I immediately got myself on a 90-day challenge, and I stepped on the scale. I let my whole entire Facebook know like how much I weighed. I showed my before and after pictures. I kept people like in the loop with like my progress, and I signed so many customers in the beginning. And the same with like my wealth journey. I wasn't making any money, but I was telling people where I was going. I was casting that vision. I was telling people I wanted to pay for my wedding in cash and all that thing. And then slowly it's like, I just paid for my wedding dress in cash. I just paid for the flowers in cash. I just paid for my whole wedding in cash. And it's like you bring people on that journey and keep on being consistent with it. And once all of that unfolds and people start seeing like she's doing what she said she was going to, it's so powerful, you guys. So I love that you shared that. Thank you so much, Megan.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah. Okay, so Court, I'm so excited to hear from Courtney Sharp, freaking rock star. You got it, girl. Go for it.
What's
Your
up,
story and your
girl?
tip.
What's up, girl? Thanks for having me on here tonight. This is so awesome. So everybody on here has gotten to 400 GV. So basically, it's like a promotion before your first promotion. So this is huge because I know we all know when we start building our charts, when you want your team to get. Somebody said it's hard to hear me. You want your team to get to 400. So everybody on here, like, huge. It's a huge accomplishment getting to 400. I don't even think you realize how big it is. Like, it's huge. It's a part of everybody. You just helped everybody in your whole team. And now when they get to the 400 club, you're going to be like, yes, girl, let's go. Okay, anyways, so my name is Courtney Sharp. I joined this business 3 years ago, and I'm pregnant. So I had a way I wanted to start this out, and it just left me. But I'll just do it like I normally do. I am a recovering heroin addict. Me and my husband, my life before it works was in and out of jail and rehab. And I got my husband actually, we got back together in jail, and I found out I was pregnant. He had to go back to prison and serve 2.5 years. And I found out I was pregnant with our daughter a month after he turned himself in. And so I was freaked out. I quit my job. Like during that month, I was depressed. I thought he was like my purpose, and I thought that was just ripped out from under me. And so I was freaking out. I was living at my mom's house. I couldn't get off her couch for a whole month. I was on the brink of running again and about to go get high. And, I was physically sick, like throwing up, like something's wrong. And so I took a pregnancy test, and sure enough, I found out I was pregnant. And that was where my whole life changed. That was where everything changed. Like Taylor, my little girl, saved my life. I decided drugs was over. That life was over. Apparently that was an option. It was an option still for me because, God allowed Austin to be taken away from me, and it was still an option. But you know what? I found out I was pregnant, and it was no longer. So I decided I'm just going to do the next right thing. And I can tell you guys, I've never been a part of any other network marketing company. The only thing I've ever done besides, when I was living in that life, getting money illegal ways, was waiting tables, being a waitress. So, if you're a waitress on here and you're new to the business, dude, you already got this, okay? Because you are a people person. That is what this business is. People. Love people. Make people happy. Solve a problem. Think about them. Get curious. I love that at conference. That stuck out to me. Get curious. If somebody is interested or comments or whatever on your stuff, get curious about them. Don't be like, oh, me, buy my product, help me reach my goal. They're going to be like, no, okay, no, or they're not going to respond. So you solve a problem for them. So waiting tables was my thing. I never knew network marketing even was, I thought it was a scam, pyramid scheme. We heard about that. And by the way, y'all's tips were killer. I have an entire page of notes. But I, thought this was fake. Thought it was fake. I thought everybody was lying on Facebook. I thought, they were just taking people's money. And I joined. It kept coming in front of my face. And I realized that the definition of a pyramid scheme is there's no product involved, okay? So I was just ignorant. And I joined, and I just got so excited. Every single one of us on here, when we first started this thing, it was like nerves, but it was also excitement. And you can't even lie. You was nervous, but you also had this excitement thing. Maybe the nerves was on top of the excitement, but that excitement was there, okay? And you were like, what if, man? Like, what if? Or you would not have joined. You would not be on this Zoom right now if you don't have that little thing right in here or right in here in your gut or in your heart that's saying, what if, man? What if? Like, she can do it. She has a past. She did it. Look, I mean, we basically the same person. Like, we got the same stories. Like, how come, you have that thing. And I'm telling you, that's it. That's that hope. That's that. Hang on to that. That excitement right there, excitement is contagious. Okay. When you talk to somebody about this thing, if you come up to somebody and you approach them, hey, so I don't really know what I just joined, but I think it's called It Works and it's supposed to be really cool. And a lot of people make money and I think you can make money if you want, whenever you want. Don't worry about, don't get back to me as soon as possible. Like pray about it, think about it. No. When you talk to somebody, you got to be like, dude, I'm about to change my life. I'm about to be a millionaire. Scratch that. Do you want to be a millionaire? This opportunity is unlike anything I've ever seen in my entire life. God's hand is all over it. This thing, like, why haven't you joined me? I know you've been seeing me post. Why didn't you like that? You know what I mean? Like, either you joining me because I'm going, you can stay, or you can come because I'm going. You want to go? I'm telling you, when you talk to people, people will join you just because you're so daggone excited. They don't even know. They just have to say yes because it's like, dude, yeah, okay, let's do it. Whatever you're doing, why are you so happy every day? Let's go. Purpose and passion and excitement. Even if you don't understand, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, right? So get ignorant. Don't feel like you have to know everything before you start. Just start. Just start talking to people. Tell them your heart. Nobody gave me a script or a message or anything to send people. I created my own little thing, and it basically said, I've always said one day I wanted to be my own boss. Who'd have thought I'd be doing it with a health and wellness company I just started? But all I know is I'm going to do it. I've seen all these success stories and I know I'm going to do it. You should totally do this with me. Let's be business partners. And you know what? I put my heart into that and I sent that to everybody on Facebook. Now here, you hear people saying, cold messaging. And I heard this one time, and this is truly what I believe. It is only cold messaging if you have a cold heart. If you don't take the time to stop and look at somebody's Facebook page and you are just literally copying and pasting, then okay, you're not really thinking about that person specifically. You're not really looking at their page. That's a cold heart, okay? But if you really go to their page, and this legit is somebody you want to work with, and you think she's cool and she's not already with the company or she's not with something else and you're just trying to sell her a product, but if you really want to help her make an income, if you really want to solve a problem, like, hey girl, I saw you posted something the other day about your son being homesick with your mom and you really hate that you have to go to work. Do you have a couple minutes to hear me out? Would you be interested in working from your phone? What would it take to replace your income? Because I would really want to help you out. Because the way this thing works is by helping others. To me, that's not cold messaging. That's a warm message. Okay. So, anyways, I joined the business and by my 5th month, I went diamond. 3 days later, I went double diamond. My 5th commission check was $6,000 and you couldn't tell me nothing. All them haters and negative people, man, they couldn't tell me nothing. So you're going to have negative people. Like it's just inevitable. And sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's the one you think should support you the most, right? The ones laughing at you saying, oh, yeah, right. That's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. You can't do that. That's for other people with other personalities. That's not you. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's family, people you wish would have your back. Listen, I'm telling you, I had the same thing. I had people telling me, family, I was neglecting my daughter. they hated It Works because it took me away from them. I was on my phone all the time. Listen, you're going to hear it. Okay? You're going to hear those things. I'm not saying argue with them and, fight it and all that, because I tried that and that didn't work. Okay? Just let them show them by do you. Okay, you're grown. Let it go in one ear, out the other. Do you, and show them. Now nobody can tell me nothing. They can't say anything. Okay, I make more money than the ones that was talking crap. Okay, and I'm a nobody expected this, a heroin junkie. Okay, that was my past. People praying for me all the time because, hoping to God I'm not dead. And now I'm making more money than the ones that was telling me to quit this, telling me that this would never work. So listen, I'm telling you, you joined this for a reason. You didn't join this to sign up and dip out. You joined this to change your life and to change others' lives. So stick with it. Take quitting off the table. Your environment, sometimes you got to get rid of some people. You can love some family from a distance for a little while. And do you, boo-boo. Make your money for real. Make that money and help change lives. And you're not going to get away from the work. You're not going to get away from the people. Embrace it. Embrace both of them. Embrace the work, man. I love, Amanda, I literally wrote down word for word what you just said. And I am going to do this. I am going to try this for a week. And you can ask my team. I am not a morning person. They probably don't hear from me till about 11, noon, because I can't do it. I'm a night owl. Is it bird, owl, whatever I am? But I want to do this. This seems really cool. And the visual, like, it's so true. You got to have goals. Set goals daily, monthly, share every win. Like, sharing your journey is huge. We just heard Megan talk about that. Sharing every win. Okay, what's a win? Everything you do with your business. Showing up every day, that's a win. Talking to one person, that's a win. I just talked to a mom on Facebook who's going to join my team, and I'm going to help her make an extra $500 a month. Who's next? This business is amazing. I'm able to make money while I'm at the grocery store, while I'm at the park with my kid. You know what I'm saying? You're not lying. I'm not saying she joined. I'm saying she is joining, and I'm speaking life. I'm speaking things into existence. What do you want? The Bible says we have not because we ask not. What do you want? Put it out there. Dream boards are huge. You got to make a dream board, man, to visualize it, to see it, and to go after it. You got to have a why. Okay? What's your why? Why did you get in this thing? It's got to be something so deep that it's like a conviction. It's a conviction. It's so deep, okay? It makes you cry. You can't give up on it. Okay, it's got to be something that there's giving up on it, no matter who says what, it's just not an option. My goal, my why when I first joined was I wanted to get to double diamond before Austin got out of prison so that he could bond with his daughter. He didn't even know his daughter. His daughter didn't even know him. She was 18 months old and didn't know him. And you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That's not about you. That's about my future husband and my baby. So I'm telling you, your why is important. Goal setting, make up your mind, share every win. People relate to your struggle more than your success. Share your story. Share your story. I have been sharing my story, and ever since, I cannot tell you how much it's done, like what the doors God's opened, the people he has put in my path, just from me getting vulnerable and bold and sharing my story. Every single one of you have been through something, and what you went through is to help people going through it, or people about to go through it, or coming out of it. So share your story daily. Every post on Facebook, here's something real quick. We want to get to where we're not chasing people, we're attracting people, right? We want to get to that point where people coming to us. So what you do on social media is crucial. What you like, what you comment on, what you share, be mindful of all those things. That's how you build your brand, right? Your brand is your name. So anything your name pops up on, that's associated with your brand. That's you. That's what people think about. And that's what they see, and it comes up. So, be positive. Don't air your dirty laundry. Don't get on face. You can talk to people about things. I'm not saying nothing goes on in your life, but you don't have to blast it on social media. You don't have to. People come to social media to escape reality, okay? To like get on there and be nosy about other people. So make your Facebook your reality show. Yes, you can talk about things that go on in your life, but there's a way to put a positive spin on anything. There's a way, okay? Sorry, guys. And piquing curiosity, okay? So piquing curiosity on your Facebook is huge. Don't give them all the information. Don't give them all the cookies at once. Like when you're posting, pique curiosity. Start, like leave out certain words or drop some, pictures down below and say little clever things to get people curious. Do interactive posts, those ones everybody wants to put their 2 cents on something. So posting daily, knowing that there's 2 seasons to this thing, okay? There's a planting season and there's a harvest. And eventually those 2 seasons are going to come together, and on the same days you're planting, you're going to be reaping a harvest. And that's what's so cool, is when it gets to that. But you gotta stay consistent. And watering those seeds is following up, messaging people, and posting. Sharing your life, sharing your journey. If you don't share, like tonight, being on this Zoom, every single one of you need to post a picture of this Zoom, and you need to share that you just you just learned about your business. You just invested time into your business tonight. Guess what? God's gonna bless it. He's gonna bless every effort, everything you put into this. So get your mind right and know that if I put in work, if I meet him halfway, he's going to do the rest. When we get to walking, God starts rolling, and he wants us to live abundantly. He wants us to have whatever we want, right? He blesses our effort. That's exactly right, Renee. He sees those sleepless nights. I'm telling you, man, every promotion happened for me when I made up my mind. And I made sacrifices. I didn't shower for a couple days, okay? I didn't eat right. I didn't. I was in the closet in the dark on my phone, messaging people all the time. But guess what? Thank God I would do it over and over and over and over again. And here's one more thing, and then I'll shut up. Get over. Uh-oh. Somebody's sharing their screen. Get over giving somebody else a paycheck, okay? Because this will hold a lot of you back. This has held people back on my team, and this is the way I look at it. Thank you. You helping Cindy Lou Who over here get to Ruby, right? And she's making that $500 paycheck. Thank you, Cindy Lou Who, for getting to Ruby. Enjoy that $500. Thank you for my thousands. Thank you for my 5 figures. Okay? You got to go through them to get to them. Guess what? What I believe, this is truly what's happened in my business. I believe that God, it's the heart. It's a heart issue right here, okay? This business, our comp plan is about giving. Give with, the Bible talks about giving with a cheerful heart. Okay, and then what? Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Give and it'll come back to you. Pressed down, shaking together, and running over. So when you give with a cheerful heart, God sees that. But if you're giving somebody a paycheck over here and you're like, man, I put all them customers over here, she don't even deserve that paycheck. She needs to go on and forward that to me. This is so messed up. I am not doing this anymore, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no, God sees all of that. No, but if you say, you know what, God, you put her on my team for a reason, and it's what's getting me to the next level. It's getting this team to the next level. She must need it. She must need it. And do you know what I'm saying? She must need it. And I'm going to do this with a cheerful heart. And one of 2 things is going to happen. Okay. Either number 1, she's going to say, she's going to say, she's going to see that paycheck and she's going to be like, oh, nice, take that little $500 and you won't ever hear from her again. Or she's going to get that paycheck and she's going to call you crying. And she's going to say, oh my gosh, our lights was getting shut off. I could not afford groceries. How did this just happen? What just happened here? Please teach me. How do I keep this paycheck? It can go one of two ways. And here's another thing. What happens is when you have a cheerful heart, God blesses it. And somebody in that leg, whether it's a customer, a distributor, or whatever, I believe this with everything in me, is going to rise up. And you're going to get blessed out of it no matter what. No matter what, something is going to come good up out of that. So get happy. Get excited about blessing people. That's what it's about. I promise you, when I took my eyes off of my paycheck and I started looking at who can I help, who needs some money, how can we do this? Hey, you know what? You're in this position right now, and I haven't heard from her in a while, but you know what? It's either that or I start all the way over. Nope, we ain't starting all the way over. We're going to get there, and then if she don't come to life, we're going to replace her down the road. But get over giving people a paycheck. When you give somebody a paycheck, you're making more. You're making more. It's a heart, man. It's a heart issue. This whole thing to me is heart. So that's it, really, man. Get to know everybody in your team. Do the color personality thing. Know that everybody's not the same. And when you talk to people on your team, do the sandwich effect. Okay, it works. If you got to address an issue or a certain thing, it's called the sandwich effect. Okay, you say, you first compliment, you uplift, and you praise them on something, and then you hit it. That's the bread. That's the fluff. Then you hit them with the meat, and you tell them what you got to tell them. And then you hit them with some more fluff. But girl, you rocking this thing. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Sandwich effect. All right, I'm out. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Courtney, I'm just so fired up, taking notes over here, and just every single time you're on, you just freaking blow me away. And it's so amazing to see the fact that you share your story, all of the hard parts, all of the vulnerable parts that I'm sure were not easy to share in the very beginning. You have inspired. I saw it all conference long, the whole entire weekend. You are inspiring and changing lives because you're brave enough and vulnerable enough to share your story. And I just freaking adore you so much for your freaking fire and just for being bold enough to share that, because I'm sure it wasn't easy in the beginning. You're amazing. Okay, so Dana, are you popping on? Because I know you had to get off here soon. So Dana, you want to pop on here? Let's hear your story and your amazing tip too. And just a heads up, you guys, we chatted about this before. We are each only supposed to have 6 minutes, but we have just so much more to say than this. So you guys are getting so much amazing information tonight. I hope you're going crazy taking notes. All right, Dana, where are you at, girl?
I'm right here.
Hi!
Okay, it's really not fair that I have to follow Courtney. I'm just going to say that. She's the queen, and I don't, now I'm not even worthy to be on here. So my name is Dana Bodero. I'm a triple diamond. I've been with this company for over 6 years. And so many things. So I'm a mom of 5. Sorry, my husband just walked. But this is life, right? Work from home, kids, husbands, whatever. So I'm a mom of 5. My oldest is almost 23 and my youngest is 7. I started this when my youngest was 6 months old. My husband was deployed, so I was taking care of all 5 kids by myself. And by the way, I'm a high school dropout, a teen mom. I went and got my GED, and I just I worked for a cleaning company, really hard work, and I hated it. First of all, let me just say I don't like having a boss, so this works out perfectly for me. I don't like people telling me what to do. I can tell myself what to do. So we I got married. We had 5 kids. He deployed. He moved me to Texas first and left me by myself. So I had no friends, 5 children. I live out in the middle of nowhere, like on 33 acres. And I just was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself. Fast forward, my son was born. My girlfriend, the one friend I had here, she went to a wrap party of, I guess, and she called me and she was like, you have to try this wrap thing. It's crazy. And I was like, I don't know. That sounds fishy. I don't know what's going on there. I don't, you must have had too many drinks or something. You call me later. And so she added me to some group on Facebook. I'd never seen any products. I didn't know what she was talking about. But other people were talking about it, and I was like, okay, there must be something to this, so I need something. And so I signed up. I'd never tried any products. I didn't know what it was. And within 4 months, I went diamond while my husband was still deployed. But he was coming home. He had been injured. And so I was just trying to make enough to pay our cell phone bill. I figured that I could at least do that. $300 a month, I could handle that. So went diamond, got the $10,000 bonus. 3 months later, I did it again. I signed my husband up, got another $10,000 bonus, and 11 months later, I went triple diamond. And here I sit, triple diamond, the 6 years I've been in. And life has happened. So it isn't my upline's fault. It isn't my downline's fault that I'm here. It is the work that I put in. Okay. I don't blame them. It isn't their fault. But this year, I ended 2018 and it was a really difficult time. We were just getting through a lot of stuff. But 2019 has rolled around and it's fire. So last month I signed 26 people, which I don't know that I signed 26 people all of 2018. So I'm gonna throw that out there and be honest. But what I've started is what they're talking about. I'm gonna give you my tip. I'm gonna be really fast. They're talking about journaling is like mind blowing. And I'm talking about journaling what you are, what you feel like you are in your life. So when I sign my journal, I'm signing it top 150 earner, presidential diamond, Dana Bodero. I'm not signing it triple diamond. I'm past all that. I'm speaking into existence what I am. And so we're talking about goals and stuff, but you have to have SMART goals. And what I mean by that, I'm gonna go through these really fast. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So you cannot just say, well, you're starting out, you're a distributor, I want to be presidential diamond. I mean, that's great and everything, but let's start off with a specific smaller goal and work our way up to that. If I just say, well, I want to lose weight. Well, how much weight? And when do I want to lose it by? You have to have some sort of plan or map to get to the goals that you have set in your life. So take some time and figure out how you're going to get to that goal. Figure out what the goal is, write it down, because you'll be more successful when you write that goal down than somebody that does not write their goal down. Most of us, probably all of us, have whiteboards in our office, and we write everything on them. So start writing things down, keep notebooks, and figure out what your goal is and how you're going to get there. Specifically, what you're going to do. You're going to get up, you're going to do this morning, which, by the way, I hate mornings. You're going to get up in the morning and you're going to do this an hour before your kids. And trust me, I come up with all the excuses. I was up late, I don't want to get up, the alarm didn't wake me up, whatever it is. You just have to make the decision to do it. Nobody can do it for you, and it's not your upline's responsibility to make sure you're up in the morning to get on a power hour or something. So set your goals and then do your SMART goals and figure out how you're going to get there. And that's really it. I'm trying to condense here and keep it fast.
Oh my gosh, Dana, that was so freaking good. I love that tip. You know, like I love that tip of just putting your goals in front of you all the time because I feel like if they're not in front of you, it's easy for you to get off track. But when you have them everywhere and you have your affirmations everywhere and you're constantly reminded what you're working towards, you're that more likely to like make it happen, you know? So good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so next up in line, Erin, my sister from another mister. This sassy firecracker I cannot wait to hear from. Where are you at, girl?
We're shaking bacon.
Thanks for saving my butt there and recording this.
I mean, I'm always a Girl Scout.
Oh, all right. Let's hear your story and your tip.
All right, I will keep it short. My name is Erin Allen. I have been in the business for 5 years. My story is, the American dream and kind of different. I was a single mom working 4 jobs and 4 separate jobs, so it is possible. And I worked 7 days a week, 17 hours a day. My son was 3 years old when I started this, and I never saw him, ever. If he was sick, I couldn't be with him. There's just so many things that I missed that I'll never get back, and that's unfortunate, because a lot of people experience the exact same thing. So when I started this journey with this company, I had never heard of It Works. I had never seen any posts on social media. I had never tried a product, but I'm a hustler and I need money. And, it wasn't, making ends. I could barely make ends meet. Like I could barely get my ends to high five each other, let alone actually meet. So I was po. And the most amazing thing is that when I started, you guys, I was that ignorance on fire. When people are like, oh, I know you were, scared when you first started. And I was like, I wasn't freaking scared. I was like, dude, here's some vitamins. Makes you healthy. It's called It Works. Let's give it a shot. I mean, I had my first distributor in 7 days. I did, the copy and the right cats. I did exactly what my enroller told me to do. I have a launch party within 10 days of you starting your business. I was like, all right. So I had one after 4. I got my 7 loyal customers. I made all my money back that I spent on my kit. The first distributor that I had was a girl that I hadn't talked to in like 15 years. She was a single mom. She was getting a second job. And I was like, dude, you got to do this with me. I'm like, I have no idea what it is, but I'm going to be a millionaire. And there you go. She signed up. $99, boom, done. Bada bing, bada boom. I started in March of 2014. I ended March as an executive. So it was about 14, 15 days in the business or whatever. And my first paycheck was $352. I was like, sweet. That's extra money, put it in the bank, boom. This opportunity. And again, you guys, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what red, yellow, green, blue, purple. I didn't know what any of that shit was. I just knew I needed money. And I didn't know I was going to retire from this life that I knew was to be so grand as the hustler's lifestyle. But the thing is that after 2 months of doing this, I was bringing in more money than I was leaving the house. And I was like, holy crap. And the thing is I got hurt at work and I felt terrible. It was Mother's Day weekend. I couldn't do anything. Mother's Day weekend in the restaurant, you guys, you don't miss that. You do not miss that. And I got hurt and I had to miss it. So I was like freaking. I'm sitting on the couch and I got a fast start bonus. And I was like, I just made $100 sitting on my ass. This is amazing. By the way, I'm really happy I didn't go after Courtney. She's like Jesus and I am not. So there's that. Anybody can do this. And the one thing that I want to stress to you guys, I want to give a huge shout out to the 105 people who are still on this. We started with 136. You guys, this right here, this is what you call a mandatory meeting. Those of us who are on here, if I was your boss and I was like, dude, you show up for these mandatory meetings and I'm going to give you a $25,000 bonus, like show up and get to work. Just like Megan said, show up, get to work. Dana said, write down your goals. Seeing everybody write down their notes and stuff like that, dude, I got notes on notes on notes on notes. Start your day off. Amazing. Like, really, follow everybody. Get yourself a journal. Follow the leaders. Copy the right cats. So huge shout out to you guys who are on this and who are writing down your notes and going to seriously blow up. The one thing that I can tell you guys is just talk to every single person. Show up. The thing is that I showed up every single day, whether I made any money at the restaurant, whether I had any clients at the salon, whether anybody showed up at the coffee shop. I showed up every single day to work. I showed up. I showed up if somebody was shitty to me. I showed up if somebody complained about me to my boss. Like, dude, I showed up every single day. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to show up for yourself because you are your own boss. Show up and it will be worth it. 1 year, almost exactly to the day, I went triple. I never in a million years, you guys. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. It absolutely is. And the thing that I want you guys to know is that while my story might not hit home for you, Courtney's story might not hit home for you, but when people go, well, I don't know if this person will be interested in the business. I don't know if this person will be interested. Oh, well, she's got money. Oh, well, you guys, this is where you learn where you need to reach out, and that is to every single person. Every single person. I am big with your brand. You heard that tip. That is going to be a tip that you will hear every single leader talk about is positive affirmations, mindset, creating that brand, you guys. That's going to be a huge thing. My huge thing, obviously, yes, post on social media, because your social media is your storefront, okay? If you are in a town and you walk by this store and it has political ads on the front and blah, 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 and hate and this and that, are you going to stop into that store? Probably not. If you go down the street and there is not an open sign on a store, are you going to go in? No. Your social media is your storefront, so just make it nice. Make it nice. Use the products. Be a product of the product. And I did share this message. I am the message queen. I do a lot of my work behind the scenes. I am not a mass enroller. I am a Steps to Success enroller, and I went from making $12,000 a year to making $12,000 a month in 1 year with this business, okay? So you can be a Steps to Success kind of guy and still rock it out, all right? But I'm a message person, and I literally never let a lead die. I am still following up with people that I met at shows 5 years ago, okay? About 10 minutes before this Zoom, I just went, oh, I'm just going to message everybody because we have these sweet codes. If you guys had volume from last month, we have these codes to get people started for $20. So I am reaching out to every single person that I have talked to over the past 5 years. And I have this message. And again, I shared it with everybody on here, but I just said, and this is just me, always be you, okay? Hey, sister, I know we've been talking about getting you going with your plan and starting on the products, but I just had an idea. I have a code that I can get you going with the products and even make a little money at the same time. I mean, what's a little extra walking around money going to hurt, right? You can pick your pack and it's only $20. What do you think? That's every single person on the planet, guys. I got leads like this, okay? And now with our Connect app, and now with all the ways that you can market yourself. We seriously need to take advantage. Social media is free. I heard this amazing, Facebook just had their 15th birthday the other day. 1/3 of the Earth's population has a social media Facebook account. If Facebook was a country, it would be the largest country in the world. Please reach out on social media. Health and wellness will never go out of style. Ever, 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 ever go out of style. We have things that people want. Make sure that you're the person that they want to get our things from. And that's all I got.
Girl, you're amazing. I love your freaking tips. You are awesome. And thanks for sharing that message. If you can put it in the chat, that would be amazing. But that was so good. Okay, so next up, we're going to jump right in because we still have a couple more people. I'm sorry this is running late, but we got some stuff to say. Lauren, are you still on? Where are you at, girl?
Hey, Lauren Ravan. This Lauren.
Hey, girl. How are you?
Hey,
I'm so pumped because I don't think I've ever heard your story. So I'm super excited to hear from you and your best tip.
Yeah, and I'll try to, I'm a talker, so I'll try to keep it like short and sweet. Long story short, I had 10 years of retail experience. I didn't have a college degree. I was a single mom and I missed all of my little girl growing up until I got this grand idea one day that I was gonna quit my full-time job and we were going to open a group fitness studio, and we poured everything in our life into it. We lost everything. We were thousands upon thousands of dollars in debt. So I got another great idea. I was going to start baking, right? Oxymoron. But it was all I knew how to do. And I didn't have a degree and I didn't want to go back and work in stores. So I was like, I got it. I'm going to start a home-based bakery. And you know what? It looked really good on the outside. We were so busy, but we were so broke. We were broke beyond broke. But on the outside, like, our life looked really good. We were still in the same house. We were driving the same cars. And I don't know, so much of it was maybe we didn't look like we needed the business, or maybe I just was such a hater that I didn't even give people a chance to reach out to me. I would block distributors. I would block networks. Y'all do that? I was like, whoop, unfriend, or like hide them and block them really quick. And, you know, I was so ignorant and really prideful, even though we were beyond the struggle. I never ever once for a second thought, let me go, you know, become an entrepreneur with network marketing. Previously, like when we owned our gym, I attempted Beachbody, which meant I enrolled, never did anything with it. I tried Mary Kay when I was in college, which meant I enrolled and I never did anything with it. But on the morning that It Works found me, I had no intention of making any extra money. I really didn't even know it was about It Works product that I was reaching out about, but I had a 90-pound weight loss journey. And you know, it's really funny when you stop working out and you start making cakes, you gain weight back, like it happens. And I had gained like almost 40 pounds back, but a friend of mine had told me about a cleanse. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, like those people have something other than wraps. And I knew we were strapped for money, but we were getting our tax returns soon. And my husband was on a business trip. So I was like, it's okay. If I can order this cleanse online, it's going to be fine. I'm going to explain to him, we're going to lose, 40 pounds from this one cleanse. It's going to be great. So I unblocked my enroller. My enroller's Dee Brooks. If any of you guys know her, but I had to unblock her, y'all. And I used to work for her. I was one of her fitness instructors. And I was like, all right, look, I know you'll tell me the truth. Tell me about this cleanse. And you guys, she explained the loyal customer program. She told me it was $36 and I wanted to throw up in my mouth because we couldn't afford that. Even knowing that we were going to have a tax return coming in soon, we didn't have that much available in our debit account at the time, or in our checking account. My husband was on a business trip. He had a great job, y'all. He worked for Michelin North America. He was a financial analyst, and he was on Vegas time. We're in South Carolina, so he was not even awake yet when this conversation was going on, and I did what people do. I went silent, right? That's what people do. They ghost us. So I was just not going to say anything and just die on the inside from humiliation because I didn't want to tell her that we couldn't afford this. And everybody write this down because this message will change your life and your business. But she came back about an hour later and she said, "Hey, Lauren, I just wanted to check. Were you interested in trying the cleanse as a customer or making some extra money as a distributor?" And the easiest way for me to explain that is that God showed up in our kitchen, y'all, because in that moment, I said yes. I didn't think about it. I didn't understand. But I heard her say money, and that I knew that we were struggling. We were playing Russian roulette with our credit cards. There were days that we needed groceries and Jake would ask if I could wait a couple more days. I worked overnights every single Friday night, about 80 hours a week. And I would stand so long when we were baking because, it's kind of like when you're cutting hair or even waiting tables, like you don't make money if you're not working. And I've never been afraid of hard work. So I would take as many orders came our way. I never turned them down, but that often meant that I worked overnights and really long hours. So the job that I left to spend time with my family turned into a job that imprisoned me in our home, and we still weren't making ends meet. Ours couldn't high five either. I think it was Aaron that said that, but our ends couldn't high five either. That was awesome. So I said yes. And I remember calling my husband and I word vomited. I was like, okay, so I used a credit card, but I signed up for this thing and it was $99, but they said I can make the money back, but I think I can make enough money to earn this cleanse. That was the vision that I had, you guys. It was never that this was going to be the answer. It was never that this was going to deliver us from financial freedom. And I was like, okay, you're at the airport. I just need you to Google it works and find out as much as you can. So he was Googling that I was still working on bakery orders. So in his connecting flight, he called me back. And I had listened to some things on Google, or I searched on YouTube. The first story I heard and found was the Alcalas, but I was convinced that they were a scam, right? That's not real, but it's okay. They look like they love Jesus, so maybe we're on to something here. But I looked at the income chart and I saw as an executive, you can make $230 a month. Is there anybody who joined for $230 a month, or you saw that and you were like, $200 would be a game changer? You guys, on the outside, like I said, we still had the same house. We drove a Lexus that we couldn't pay for, but $200 a month was game changer for me. And when I saw that, I didn't know what it was going to take to get there. I didn't know about the steps to success. eSuite was being redone when I joined the company. We didn't have training videos, but I had a Google search bar. And my training from Dee was get to 5,000 friends on Facebook. Well, I had maybe 2,000 and 1,500 of them were in common with her. And so I was 100% ignorance on fire. I didn't have a ton of time, but I wanted to go executive so bad because that meant we could take less orders on a Friday night and that maybe I could sleep some. But fast forward 39 days later, which let me say this, I made an old school hundreds list. I reached out to 100 people. Every single one of them told me no or ignored me. 89, I think is the last count we had, are now either loyal customers or distributors. So keep going even when they tell you no. Thank God I didn't let those people determine what my success would look like, because 39 days later, I went diamond and we earned a $10,000 bonus. The next month, I went double diamond and we earned a $25,000 bonus. The next month, my husband also went diamond and double diamond and we earned another $35,000 bonus. So your life can change like that and not even know that that's what you were signing up for, and not even know that that's how God is going to use you, by stepping out in faith, by feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And my tip for you would be identify what your best looks like. So I told you my goal is to make $230 a month. I didn't know what the steps to success was at first. It wasn't until the weekend before I went diamond that Dee reached out to me. Y'all, I wasn't even on her radar. I wasn't on her charts. She was running for a promotion. I wasn't on her charts. She wasn't telling me where to place people. But she called and was like, I think you might go diamond. You're really close to diamond. And I was like, I don't I'm just trying to go executive. Like, if you could just point me in the direction. And she was like, no. And we need to come over to my house. I want to talk to you about charts. And so anyway, I still had empty boxes the weekend going into it. But how I got there was not overthinking how many people I needed in a box or how much volume that I needed in a box. I got there because I identified what my best looked like. And my best was different every single day, but I knew whatever it was, that it was going to take my best to get there. And I didn't look left and I didn't look right. And I wasn't concerned with how many people Susie was enrolling or how many people Sherry did. I was concerned with my best because I knew that no matter where that took us, beyond the $99 it was for me to invest in the $36, you better believe that I earned a cleanse. I ordered my cleanse. I sold my wraps and got a cleanse. It was all a blessing to us. So I wasn't overthinking how to get there and how fast to get there, but I identified these are behaviors that I can commit to every single day, whether I'm working an 80-hour work week or whether or not I get to do this full time and my husband's here with me. And you know what's crazy is they're the same behaviors today that they were then, but I identified that that was my best. And my best, like I said, might look different than someone else's, but you guys, that's how you measure your success in this business. When you start measuring your success in a number of enrollments, that's when it starts messing with your head. But when you can nail behaviors, when you can nail doing the right things, and that's how you measure your success every day. So like at the bottom, I don't have the It Works planner, but I have major FOMO now and I want it. But at the bottom of my planner, I have my personal 6 list. And at the end of every single day, I may have not gotten everything that I wanted done. I may have not won in every pillar of my life. But if I made sure that, like, I told people happy birthday, that I did at least a product post, that I did a form of personal development, if I put up an opportunity post, if I reviewed and communicated with my team, if I grew my network, and if I messaged people, I won. I won. And identify what that looks like for you. Mike Patillo said this on a Zoom once, so I can't take credit for it. But if you let it sink in, it'll change your life and it'll change your business. Consistent effort does not always equal consistent results, but it always equals success. So figure out what your best looks like, you guys. Measure your success that way. Don't compare it to anyone else and just keep moving forward. And I promise it will change your business and change your life.
Oh my God, Lauren, that was so freaking good. I got so many tips from that, and I love that last quote from Mike Patillo. That was like amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to jump straight into the next one. So we have 3 more girls that need to get through this, and we're going way over. But okay, Carissa, where are you at, girl? Oh my God, I'm so fired up, you guys.
I'm here.
Hey!
That's what I get for not paying attention to the lineup.
How's it going? You just strutted your stuff on stage, down 50 pounds and feeling amazing.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's still a surreal moment. Like, I'm still on a high from that. And so, okay, because it's like 11:30. Now I want to get too pumped up and go to sleep. Okay, so I'm Carissa. I've been with It Works now for 7 years this month. I'm a triple diamond. I'm a single mom of 2 boys that are now 7 and 13. When I joined this business, I basically joined back when there was basically a little bit of social media, not really much. It was Facebook only. And so I joined from a conference call, just listening to passion of how to get started, one-of-a-kind products, no one else has it. Things like that is what made me join. So I joined the next day. Never seen a product. Only thing I did was hear passion in someone else's voice, which is what made me join. When I joined by phone. I still didn't see a website. So I joined all based off somebody else's excitement and their faith and how they presented everything to me. So to me, that still speaks on volumes. And that's why I still remember that when I'm speaking to everybody else, because you always got to have that excitement. You always got to have that passion and remember why you started, for you to understand and for other people to understand that. So fast forward, after I joined, I went executive my first month. My first and the following year, which was 2013, I was able to then see the vision of the company, see how humble everyone was, see how easy and approachable people were. I've done previous network marketing, so the experience of It Works versus what I did. So I was blown away at the fact of just people making all this money, being able to just be regular schmegular people that just had baseball. And for her, just being at that event, seeing how debt free we are, how the company want us to become debt free, not add to our debt by giving us more, um, giving us money, throwing it at us where we go into debt. We actually have it set up for us to be and preached to us. So that lit my fire. Made me go from being ruby to double diamond in 4 months. From January to April, I went double. The following year, I retired at 30. The following year after that, I went triple diamond. So I earned about 35,000 in bonuses, and I got a $10,000 bonus for my mom, $1,000 bonus for my dad. So it's uh, I was 7 years later be on conference stage for the first time. Like it was just amazing. I was like blown away by it. I'm still in shock from it. It took a whole lot of confianza for that moment to happen for me to stay calm through it. But that confianza is amazing, man. It's so amazing. So it definitely numbed me when he gave the promotions out. I wasn't ready. Like I was numb. So continue on to me talking about my topic for tonight, which is important to me because that's why I am where I am now, and that's mindset. Mindset to me is so important. When I first started in this business, I was told by my enroller to sit down in front of the TV and watch this movie. The movie I watched was The Secret, which is what Amanda talked about. After I watched that movie, it changed my mindset to see how things are, how your mind and just the way you think can change so much based off worrying about everybody else's opinions and everybody else, whatever they do. You can basically make anything happen by your mindset. So from seeing that, that kept me on this journey to understand that I am where I'm supposed to be. I continue to be where I'm supposed to be. Since then, I've read the next installment of it, which was The Power. Now I'm on The Magic. I also got The Hero sitting here to read after that. So mindset is so key to me. And how am I staying focused on my goals and what I want to accomplish? I tell myself every day, I no longer want to work for no one else. I've been home for 5 years, being a single mom, helping my kids. So I keep my goals in front of me daily. My bed, which is my husband that lay next to me in my bed, is all my paperwork. That's my husband, my paperwork. So I have my binders, my charts. I have my customer retention little booklet here. I keep walls of info. I have my dream board on one wall. I have my 2018 dream board on this wall. I have another wall of stuff right here of stuff I keep in front of me. Got another wall right here, two more walls of things I keep in front of me. And then I got two more walls over there on that side. So I'm able to wake up every day and see these different things, and it tells me, okay, this is where you are, this is where you need to be, and I already wake up on the right mindset as to what I want to accomplish. Yeah, my walls, I call them my mad scientist walls because I write all my thoughts on there, and I love the fact that I can just write on them, and anything that comes to mind, this is what keeps me going. Because I have bad ADD, bad, like it's bad. So the coffee helps that a lot. So these different things in front of me is what keeps me focused on my goals. I even have a wheel of life, which tells me everything that I want to accomplish in my life. And every day I look at it to see what I've accomplished daily towards getting to that life goal. So all those different things are what you need to help you not only just have it on your phone in front of you, not only having it on your bathroom mirror, you can go steps beyond that just by having it just completely around you if you're serious. And my kids even have boards in their rooms because they love my board so much. They have their own boards in their room. They put all that, I can't even make them big, but they put all that stuff on there too, and that's how we communicate back and forth. But your kids watch you. That's another thing. Keep your kids around you. Keep your kids in all your goals that you want to accomplish. Let them keep you accountable for what your goals are. They were a part of my triple diamond goal for me telling them, look, we're going to go to Disney World if I get triple. And they were like, okay, did you get triple yet? Did you get triple yet? And I'm like, no, I ain't get it. It's not going to happen like I thought. And then like 2 days later, switch, and then I'm back to getting it. So I think that's all I want to leave you guys with, because I talk fast anyway. So just keep those goals around you. Stay positive, stay focused, always keep everything you need in front of you. Another little fast tip, I guess, about a numbers game, just so you guys know, leaders have spoke about enrollments and things like that. It's going to take a lot of people for you to be able to speak to, for you to be able to get those enrollments and that success. So I'm going to give you just an example. At the bottom of this paper here, you probably can't see it, but at the bottom of this paper here is how many people I spoke to today, yesterday, Monday. At the top is the amount of people that's supposed to enroll. And as of today, I had about 3 enrolled from speaking to already over 30 people. It's a lot of people to more people and utilize your results, utilize anything that you get from this excitement, put it out there. I love how somebody else was saying, paying for their gas, like small things make a difference. So I think that's all I got. I think I was within a certain amount of time. I was good.
Oh my gosh, Krista, that was so good. And again, congratulations so much for being on stage. Like, that is such a huge accomplishment. And one thing I really wanted to throw in there, guys, is it straight up is a numbers game. And one of these analogies I first heard when I started this business is think about a giant sandbox, and you know that there is 3 huge diamonds in that sandbox. All you got to do is sift through the sand to find them. Like, you get to decide how quickly you sift through that sand. You get to decide every single day how many people you talk to, how quickly you talk to people, and how quickly you sift through to find those people that are serious and that catch the bigger vision of how this business can change their lives. It's a straight up numbers game. So, like, the more people that you talk to each day, the quicker you're going to find your amazing diamonds and the people that just get it and want to run with you. So I love that. Okay, next up is Ashley. Where are you at, girl? I'm so excited to hear your story too. Hey!
And then there were 91. So for the 91 of you that are still here, I'm about to bring it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, my name's Ashley Kreshock. I have been in business now for almost 4.5 years. I was kind of like the atypical stay-at-home mom, like overweight, depressed, 1,000 miles away from home. I didn't have any friends or family here. And when you go through like the litany of reasons why you shouldn't be successful, I pretty much fit the bill on every single one. Like, I had no idea about social media. I didn't even know what Instagram was. Like, how embarrassing, what is that? I had no friends or family here. I had no network. I literally was like, I knew what was happening in Paw Patrol all day long, but I did not know like what else was happening in the world. So when I saw this girl I went to high school with posting about greens, I was like, guys, I used to be a figure and fitness competitor. So like my knowledge on supplementation and nutrition, I know I'm a little frumpy right now, don't judge. But my knowledge on supplementation and nutrition, like when somebody was talking about like fat patches and greens in a packet, I was like, y'all are crazy. Like, I didn't even look at it. But I kept seeing her post, and I'm like sitting here still overweight because I just had a baby 2 years ago. So I was like, maybe there's something to this. So I said, you know what, if you send me that and it works, then I guess I'll sell it. Like, what do I have to lose? You know, never tried anything like this before. I was like anti-party, anti-sell stuff, like ain't doing it. So anyways, the wrap worked, as we all know, and I maxed out our last credit card and I jumped on board, and I was terrified. Like, how many of you guys paid your startup fee and then you were like, oh crap. And now I'm screwed. But I wanted $500 a month, you guys. That was my goal. My student loan payment was $500, like $455 a month. And if I could do that, that's what would keep me home with our son. And the reason why we moved from Palm Beach, Florida, all the way up here to this little town in Pennsylvania was because he was sick and I had to resign from my Target career where I was making a ton of money, but he was more important. So I walked away from everything and we quickly got in debt, like mountains and mountains and mountains of debt. So long Ashley story short, you guys, I'm the kind of person, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I'm going to try to give you guys like these quick little nuggets because it's almost midnight and we're like still up and popping. But I said I was going to make $500 a month. So I made $500 a month. I didn't really care what I needed to do. You can't pay your bills with people's opinions. I just got to work. If there was a training, I was on it. If there was a call, I was on it. Okay. I showed up, and you've heard that all night tonight, people talking about showing up. But I became bulletproof, and I talk to my team about this all the time, you guys. That $500 meant I could continue to stay home with Cody. I really didn't care what I needed to do in this business to get there. I was going to get there. So I got to Ruby within my second month. It took me a while to sign distributors. Like I didn't have this amazing story like where I was ambassador in 2 months or whatever, but I went triple diamond in my 8th month. Okay. So I went from 0 to triple diamond. And if I could tell you guys one major thing, especially because we're in the momentum right now, January 2015, I was a Ruby. My check was $360. $360 is a lot of money. I was like, hey, you know, paying my own student loan payment kind of, but feeling like I had found myself again. So like I had friends again. I felt like I was something other than a mom, although blessed to be a mom, blessed to stay at home. Like I had lost a huge chunk of myself. So I don't know if any of you guys can kind of relate to that. So I was getting more confident, and then I started becoming a product of the product, and I was losing weight, and I was getting loud about that, and I was excited, and all that just became contagious. January, I was a Ruby. I had missed the bonuses time after time after time. Mark had no bonuses, you guys. So here I am claiming I'm getting this $10,000 diamond bonus, and it was gone, but I was still claiming it because I was like, I'm going to do it, you know? Because if I say I'm going to do something, I do it, y'all. You have to quit breaking promises to yourself. You have to show up and you have to stay consistent. And if you speak it into existence enough, it's eventually going to happen. Limelight conference happened. Guess who was too broke to go to conference that year? Still, this girl. So I had major FOMO. Everybody went to conference and I was like, dang, like one day I'll get there. Guys, he dropped double good bonus, which was 20 grand. So February I went diamond, I got 20 grand. March I went double diamond, I got like another 50 grand between my husband and I. We went diamond and double. I didn't stop. I didn't even know what was happening. I was just so excited, you guys. Your ignorance on fire. You've got that momentum. You're waking up earlier, staying up later. You know it's there. You're going to change your life. By my 8th month, I went triple diamond. So that was a $360 check in January. Okay, so what we're experiencing right now, without ThermoFight X and all the amazing things we have, and I was well over 13 grand by May. So that's 5 months, you guys. 5 months, and our whole world changed. $125,000 in bonuses and mass amounts of income that I would have never had if I wouldn't have just took the leap, okay? So maybe that resonates with some of you guys, but I don't want to talk about me too much. Maybe 3 big things I want to talk about really quick. I talked about not breaking promises to yourself. One of the things that always drove me, and it's funny, I think it was Kelsey Kipper Thornton who was on stage, said this at conference. I always just try to live my days. And if you don't have kids, this might not relate to you, but just, you know, bear with me. I want to be able for them to see, because now I have 2 boys, thanks to this business. We had another baby and I'm home with him. But am I leading by example? So if they were looking in my eyes and I was looking out, would what I'm doing every single day set the pace and the example for my kids? Okay. And if the answer is no, you're not trying hard enough, you don't have enough self-belief, you're not showing up every day, any one of those things, you guys, then you need to take it up about 10 notches until you can honestly tell yourself that you are instilling a belief and a legacy and a lifestyle for your kids, okay? The days where I got blocked and mocked, you want to talk about getting blocked and mocked? Try being an ex-bodybuilder or figure competitor and posting skinny wraps, okay? You want to talk about getting slapped upside the head with a million different negative things? That was my network, okay? So I had to overcome that. I had to become bulletproof. If you can't deposit jerk excuse into the ATM, then it doesn't matter, okay? If they were that important to you, you'd have their cell phone number and you just block them and you keep it moving. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about, and this is how I always did my corporate career, is people do not work for companies. They work for people, okay? So do we have an incredible company? Heck yes. Okay. But are you working for It Works, or are you working for your upline? Are you working for your team? Are you working for your family? Are you working for the friends that you've made? Okay. Are you living every day that you don't want to let your team down? Whether your team is one person or 100,000, I don't care. You're not working for It Works. You're working for the people that It Works has brought into your life. Okay. So if you can have that sense of accountability every single day, aside from your family, aside from that supportive or unsupportive spouse, whatever, that in itself is going to push you. So if you don't have kids, you probably have at least one person on your team, and that person depends on you. Okay. So stop breaking promises to yourself, because every time you do that and you disqualify yourself, you're setting a bad example for your family, your friends, your kids, your potentials, everybody. And yes, I talk with my hands. I'm sorry. The last thing, you guys, there's 3 W's I talk about all the time with my potentials and with my team. You literally just have to have 3 things to be successful in this business. You have to know your worth. Okay, right? So that's self-belief. That's the first W. You have to be worthy of that paycheck, worthy of that lifestyle, worthy of being home with your kids, worthy of being the best fur baby mama, whatever you want to be. You have to be worthy enough. You have to know that, okay? If you don't know it, it ain't happening. The next thing, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to wake up early. You have to be willing to stay up late. You have to be willing to be told no, okay? You have to be willing to show up and stay up till 11:50 on a call with a bunch of people you don't know, but you love us now, right? You have to be willing to do all the things, okay? You hear people preach about social. You hear people preach about, I don't know, belly to belly. You hear people preach about consistency and all this crap, right? So important. But all those pieces of the puzzle come together, and that's when the magic happens. You can't have, like, you ever hear the saying, maybe not, maybe I made it up, I don't know, but you can't have like a champagne taste on a beer budget, okay? So you can't like just want to do all the things and pay off the debt and whatever, but like, oh, I have to watch a whole series of Friends because I love Friends or whatever show. I don't even know what shows are out because I legit have not watched TV in 4.5 years, and I'm still okay. Unless it's Paw Patrol, and then that crap's on all the time. And the last thing, you guys, you've got to have a work ethic. Your work ethic is directly commensurate on what your paychecks are. So if you want all this, you want to hear and do and see and preach and whatever, if you are not being the distributor that you want on your team every single day, then what are you doing? It's like a constant self-check. Constant accountability, right? If you only want to make a couple $100 a month in this, you're important, girlfriend or dude. I don't know if there's any dudes on here. You're important, okay? But the things that a lot of us are saying are not going to resonate with you, because we're talking to people who want to create a legacy. We're talking to the people who, you want to get home to your babies. Well, then dang it, get home to your babies. What are you waiting for? You want to pay off debt? You want to get your car out of repossession? You want to do whatever you want to do, well, then let's do it. What are we waiting for? So that's all I have for you guys. Be willing, be worthy, know your self-worth, have a work ethic, and love on your people, because people will work to the bone with you, not for you. And that's all I got.
Dang, mic drop. That was so good. You're like in the chat, like, I don't know what I'm going to say. Like, you just brought it. That was so good.
I never have a plan. You just get authenticity. So mic drop, it's 11:52, and we got, I think, 2 more rock stars, so I'm going to shut up now, but.
So good. We just got Carrie left, our little Hawaiian beautiful flower, Carrie. Come hop on here, my sideline sister.
Hey. Okay, so last time I looked, there was 85 people still on here. That is crazy. It's like 2 hours later, and you guys are still here. I love that. Okay, so you're not going to take a lot of notes from me. I'm just going to make you think, okay? Because my journey is not like anybody else's, nobody else's. So you know how they say the only way to fail is just to quit? Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you don't quit. Okay, we've all heard stories of people who promoted to ambassador in 9 months. People who, y'all, Vanessa. People who promoted to ambassador in, presidential in like 2 months. Okay. Well, listen to me. You might resonate a little bit more with me. Okay. I wrote this down. I took notes, and anyone who knows me knows I don't take notes. So this is important. So I joined It Works in November 2009. Yeah. Do that math. This year makes 10 years. It's been 9 years. Okay. 9 years. I promoted my very first time 15 months later. It took me 15 months to promote to executive. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even know it was a business. I had no clue. 15 months later, I promoted to executive. I was a 400 box on somebody's chart for that long. Do you guys know Tina? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. She's an ambassador diamond out of Tennessee. I was a 400 box on her triple diamond chart, and now she's an ambassador. Anyways, March 2011, I promote to executive. April 2011, I promote to Ruby. I didn't even know what a Ruby was. I was actually wrapping somebody, and I logged into my back office to sign them up as a loyal. And I was like, "Whoa, this thing says I'm a Ruby." She's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "I have no idea. I'll look later. I'll figure it out. I'll ask someone, and let's just get you in." So I promoted to Ruby. I didn't even know what it was. I had no clue. Like, we didn't have Facebook groups. We didn't have any of that stuff back then. June, I was an emerald. That July, a diamond. That September, a double diamond. It was just straight up ignorance on fire. I got really excited and started rapping everybody, and I just did it. You know, it was awesome. And then, so September 2011, I promoted to double diamond. Let's let that sink in. Like, think about that, okay? Then April 2015, like, it was almost 4 years later. It was 3.5 years later, I promoted to triple diamond. I sat there for 3.5 years, and I can sit there and I can tell you why. I know why now, but just let that sink in. It was not quick. April 2015. Oh, that was triple. March 2016 was presidential diamond. Okay. So it took me, I did this math, 6.5 years to promote up to presidential diamond. How many of you guys have been in for 6.5 years or longer? Like, not that many, right? It took me that long to promote to presidential diamond, and now I'm super close. March 2019 is going to be ambassador diamond, so it's going to take me almost 10 years to get to ambassador diamond. 10 years. Oh yeah, Kayla, there you go. She's one of my triples on my chart. Sorry. It's going to take me almost 10 years to get to ambassador diamond, and to me, like Jennifer said, it is completely worth it. It is totally worth it. I did the math. If you make $40,000 a year at a job, it's going to take you it is my Denise. So you can see my people all popping in. There's Vanessa too. Hey. Oh, thank you. I know, Ambassador 2.0 by August. I'm sorry, they distract me. Okay, if you make $40,000 a year at your job, it will take you 25 years to make $1 million. 25 years. I'm going to do that in a lot less and doing a lot less work, honestly. So it's all completely worth it. And looking back, I've made a full-time income with It Works for almost a decade. A full-time income. And it's not that I promoted super fast or anything, but it's been steady. My money is steady. My money is all I have, and it pays all of my bills. So you don't have to go fast, but of course that's awesome because money, success loves speed. But if you don't quit, you really can do it. You really can succeed. Just because you're not an ambassador diamond in 1 year doesn't mean it will never happen. Just because you have been sitting at executive for like 6 months, that doesn't mean it won't happen. Life happens to all of us. Different things happen. You might read this book and it might change your life, because No Excuses by Brian Tracy did change my life. You never know what's going to happen. So just keep going. So I have one tip right here. Don't ask anyone to do what you're not willing to do yourself.
Okay. To me, what that means is you're leading from the front. I give tasks to people all the time, but anybody who knows me knows, knows that I'm going to do it. I've been a top enroller on my team, and none of them know this. So this is going to be news to them because I don't announce myself. I've been a top enroller on our team since I started. I've always been in the top 10, always. So what I tell you, what I preach is what I also practice. So that's my tip I wanted to give you. I want you to lead from the front, and whatever, every single day, just think, if my team did this, would I be proud of them? If my team did exactly what I did today, how would I feel? And I hope the answer is you would be proud of them, and just like you're proud of the effort that you put forth.
That is so good. And I love how you shared your timeline of your journey, because I think everybody coming into this business is so quick to compare themselves to people that move crazy fast in this business. And you guys, like, that's like a small percentage of people that are actually successful in this business. A lot of the times people hit bumps in the road. They hit struggles. It's took them a while to hit their first promotion. And I love that you shared that, because that's just super powerful, and I know so many people can relate to your story. And you're a freaking presidential diamond now, so who cares how long it takes you, right? Oh my gosh, so good. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for all the ladies that were on here, shared your stories and your tips. I hope you guys got so many notes in, because this Zoom was fire. And again, congratulations to all the 400 members for reaching this goal, because that is amazing. And for the 84 of you guys that stuck it out for these 2 hours on this Zoom. So anyways, you guys, thanks for joining us. Congratulations for making it. And man, that was amazing. I'm pumped up and ready to get back to work. Bye, you guys.